What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to some Mortal Kombat goodness. Today we're moving on to Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, the next in line after Gold, and we're going to take a look at two things. We're going to take a look at Mortal Kombat history and the making of Deadly Alliance. Hope you enjoy it.
The very first time I saw Mortal Kombat, I was totally blown away by the extremeness of it.
In 1992, Mortal Kombat changed the world of video gaming forever. The use of digitized actors, compelling characters, and gruesome graphic effects all helped to create a phenomena that took arcades by storm.
A lot of people don't realize that the game was originally meant to be, a quick project. I think if Mortal Kombat did not have any blood in it, it probably wouldn't have had the kind of success it did.
Fatalities.
Seeing people's first reaction of Mortal Kombat 1 in the arcades was pretty intense. Their reaction was just so over the top that they couldn't believe what they were seeing.
Raiden wins. Come here! Excellent. Scorpion wins. Flawless victory.
Mortal Kombat 1 exceeded everybody's expectations. I don't think anybody was expecting it to be, to become as big as it did.
There is no question of the impact Mortal Kombat has had on gamers around the world. Fight!
I love playing Mortal Kombat.
In 1993, Mortal Kombat 2 was unleashed upon a sea of bloodthirsty fans. More characters, more moves, more blood.
The biggest challenge was probably just the amount of content that we had to generate. Before, everything that were Mortal Kombat 1, we wanted to double. All the fans of the first game had high expectations for the second one. The merchandising was when we really kind of realized just how big the game had become. It had become a lot more than a game. The fatalities and the friendships kind of poking fun at that whole controversy that came about.
Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Johnny Cage, Reptile.
All eyes were on us, whereas before we kind of snuck up on everybody.
But the fans would still not be satisfied.
Outstanding.
1995 saw the release of Mortal Kombat 3 with a diverse cast of characters, crisp graphics, and an intricate combo system.
Reality's boring. Nobody wants to pay for reality. We take everything beyond reality to the point where it's, the only way to do this is through our video game.
It was around this time that Hollywood smelled box office potential in the franchise.
We were very happy with the first film. We had seen it throughout its entire production. It turned out to be a really, really fun film. It's easy to come up with the ideas, anybody can come up with ideas for games and stuff, but it's to actually convert something from an idea in your head into reality, into something that is a sellable product. That's where the challenge is.
Mortal Kombat was unstoppable.
It was just fun playing constantly.
Mortal Kombat 4 is the mother of all fighting games.
New technology made for broad advances in video games, and Mortal Kombat took full advantage. In 1998, Combat, now in 3D, took on a whole new dimension.
The Mortal Kombat 4 Road Tour is something that's never been done before in the video game world.
I remember these big trucks driving around with Mortal Kombat 4 logo on them.
MK4's release was again marked by controversy.
And a new arcade game is causing quite a sensation.
Mortal Kombat 4. A new Mortal Kombat hits a new level of violence.
Meet Mortal Kombat 4, the latest horror in violent video games for your kids.
Well, you took a look at games like this one, but are they just games, or could they have long-term effects on violent behavior in our society?
It definitely wasn't the only game with that kind of violence and blood. There were games that actually surpassed it. It was just the only game that really was, hugely popular and had the violence and blood.
In 1997, Hollywood produced a second feature film.
The thing that really astounds us is that this one arcade game that we made in 1992 has managed to spawn off all these different forms of media.
Come here! Get over here!
MK4 would be the last version of Mortal Kombat to be released in arcades, and fans eagerly awaited the series' next chapter on home systems.
Toasty 3D!
The fact that it sold in the millions was really kind of like a bit of an attestament to it. I guess its staying power, I suppose.
Feeding off the power of next-generation systems, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance brings the franchise home and expands its mythology.
This is easily the biggest production of all the Mortal Kombat games. You could take, take the work of 3 of the previous games, put them together, and you have about what it took to make this game.
We really wanted to make sure the martial arts was authentic in Deadly Alliance.
I'm really excited about the look of Deadly Alliance. It has a great fantasy look, but still realistic at the same time.
In this game, we can make things look a little more real with the clavicles and neck bones that we didn't used to have in Mortal Kombat 4.
Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance debuted in Los Angeles at E3 2002, complete with a live show by Adema, performing their original song, Immortal.
The future for Mortal Kombat? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Over the last decade, Mortal Kombat has become a legend in the arena of fighting games that will be here for years to come.
Get over here!
The typical day in Mortal Kombat starts with me trying to get in as early as possible. Most of the other guys in the team work late into the night, and in the morning I can get a few uninterrupted hours to program in the character's moves and plan things out for the rest of the day.
Well, he takes his head off, basically throws it, sticks in the other guy's face, then he kind of staggers there for a little while, falls back on his back, lays there twitching, and Kung Lao comes there and he lifts his foot up, steps on the guy's stomach, the hat flies up, he grabs it, and goes into like a cool pose.
Then, starting at about 9 or 10, most of the others start pouring in, and from that point on, the insanity begins.
Hello, Steve. No.
Oh, that was cool. Wow, you do that all like last night or something?
Yeah.
I like that. I finished the Shank Sung, whatever that is.
Just trying to get the whipping right.
It looks cool when it goes back in his chest.
My main role on the team is background design. You have the very European Gothic flying buttress and the very Asian tower top. I made this single element, which I'm going to repeat. Right now you can see I've got textures on the model, but they're merely placeholder textures.
We got these hook swords. I don't know who's getting that, maybe Malvado. Just a regular staff. And they're all taped up, so when we capture, we get the tonfa. The tonfa. The sai, of course you gotta have the sai. The regular broadsword. There's more laying around everywhere else. So.
Welcome to Vogelland, where I'm doing Shang Tsung's Fatality. I guess each time he hits, like, I think souls come out, you know, and go into Shang Tsung each time, or each time they go up in the air. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work. I just know what I have to do animation-wise, and Ed's going to say, okay, now the souls come out, and now they don't.
Can you show me right where she makes impact, where she kicks him? Right here, you can stop. He doesn't. You don't even need him to do anything. Don't even have him do any impact. This, if you can hand animate so she, you know, the impact repels her away. It's like a jerk like that, or we can do it in the game.
Cyrex is gonna grind him up kind of like a blender. His doors are gonna open again, and body parts and blood and ripped up flesh is gonna come pouring out of his chest at the end. Tony's actually doing the bloody stumps and bloody pieces.
I do a lot of the whatever effects is needed for someone if they're getting, say, cut in half or something like that. This would overlay on top, and this part up here I haven't done it yet. Just kind of be the spinal column, so you get 2 in 1 here. You get a lot of good use of texture space.
What experience do you have that would qualify you as motion capture talent?
Rolling. Start now. More motion. They will be unstoppable. You must stop this deadly alliance.
This was the acid bath. This is a concept drawing, and basically I wanted these statues here that had these churning bowls of acid inside it, and it's kind of like a Buddha but demonized a little or something. It's a close-up, a head study. They would just gush out this vomit, this acid out of their mouth at the end of the round for a background fatality. It's tedious. I'm trying to limit your geometry and still try to get a lot of detail. Blah.
And I don't think he should have these subtle things. It should be like, ah. Making a video game today is almost nothing like when we worked on the first Mortal Kombat in 1991. Mortal Kombat 1 had 1 programmer, 2 artists, and a sound designer. That's it. 4 guys. Whereas on Deadly Alliance, we have a team of over 50 people. We've been lucky enough to get some of the most talented people in the video game business. And on any given day, it's amazing how many different parts of the game are being worked on at the same time. A lot of what I do involves non-stop bouncing from office to office, checking out character and background designs, as well as all the technical hurdles we have to overcome. There's a lot of issues to deal with in producing this game for 3 systems simultaneously.
So do you want, I mean, Tony said he thinks he could probably do all the characters in a day or 2 with 4 levels of damage. But,
really?
Yeah, just doing faces.
You think you can do all characters in a day or 2?
I bet you I could.
Oh,
I would make I cut and paste same scars and stuff. Doing a damage test. I did a tried doing a beat up version of Sub-Zero and Lee May.
We're testing adding damage to players' faces. You can see a sample of the wounding on Sub-Zero and another character.
Man, that looks like...
If you want to see it the bad way, spin it around.
Oh, is that... It's like a new texture map for Sub-Zero?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that looks awesome.
You know that some of those images actually look better at 128. Because when you have that much data to scramble... Enter.
Hey. How's it coming?
Right now I can give you 3 levels. Your Sonya's clean face. And this is level 1. Just a few bruises and cuts. 2, I imagine, is the level that you're going to see the most in the game. And then 3 should be like just insane, just over the top. Just
Looks good though.
Yeah, that's a weird. No, I mean, I think it's cool enough that that it's worth the effort. You know.
Brutal.
Yeah.
You want for lunch today?
I think I need to eat. Let's go get Tony or something like that. Good. Hoagie's good. We're doing Lime's Fatality, and John needs the Maya model.
You know, if it can have the texture maps too, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Oh. That's even the closest one.
Usable?
Yeah.
I'll give him to Dan when he comes in next.
Cool. Thanks.
So it has digits in it, but that's what I'm showing.
That's oh, there you go. Look at that.
And here's our test your mic problem. Warm up animations.
Go on, Jax. You can do it, Jax. Oh!
Today's a motion review, and then at the end of it, I'll show you stuff for lighting review, etc. But at any point, feel free to throw any comments out there about anything. Just be aware that I might say, yeah, that hasn't been lit yet, or yeah, we know that. Because I just had my team meeting, and here's an entire list of notes that we had from today's review.
The camera motion on the very first shot, it just seems a little quick. There's no ramp up to it. It just kind of starts speed and it goes across. I know we need to kind of get there, so maybe we need to just kind of look at that shot against the previous shot and see if it works.
There's some kind of problem with your work. Everybody says there's a communication problem. What gives?
Dude, I don't even know you anymore.
You can go, just kick right away. Okay. Then, but you know, do the for a good hook. Carlos is the life of this game.
This is, now that I've got alternate Shang Tsung, I'm going in on the details and adding stuff like his back emblem right now. And so whatever detail you see, you know, in terms of folds and wrinkles and stuff, is all in the texture. It'll hide a lot. Let's open up his eyes a little bit, and it'll show you. You know, basically, you can get a lot out of a few polys if you just weigh your vertices right.
Okay, maybe you don't have to totally lunge out.
Gotcha!
I can't do this with these cameras.
You can't kill me, I'm immortal!
For Blind Kenchi's reaction.
It's just Kenshi now.
Okay, Kenshi. The loop does not match like where their starting heads are. Like, see his head right there? And then on the loop, look how far his head snaps back. I had to loop like the last bit of frames in order to make it look.
So I guess we're going to have to figure out a way to go about connecting the each of the coffins with the amount of money spent. And
Right, we've got the database, which is going to tell us what's in each coffin, how much the coffins cost. Once the player opens a coffin, it has to be marked in the player profile table.
So how many coffins are there in this crypt?
It's a 26 by 26 array, so there's 676 coffins.
That's a lot of coffins.
It's acting.
This is the life, man. This is the life.
So how's that motion work for you?
Things move so fast during one of our typical days that before you know it, the whole day's just flown by. Usually by then we're pretty exhausted, but we know the whole process starts all over again the next day.
See you tomorrow. It's 7 o'clock.
I loved it. That is super awesome that they actually put this in a video game. The music video was awesome. Adema, song's called Immortal. I enjoyed the history. I love history. It's one of my favorite subjects. And the making of the game is cool to look at all little things and the things that they go through to make a video game. Shout out to Ed Boon and his team for always making awesome games. And I can't wait to see what they come up with next for the 30th anniversary and beyond. But drop a like if you enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you're excited for the 30th anniversary. I've got more content coming. We're going to be playing Deadly Alliance coming up. So drop a like. Stay safe out there. Stay tuned. And I will see you on the next one. Game on.